Submitting your IGNOU project is the final step between finishing your research and earning your degree. And it is also where students lose the most marks to small, avoidable mistakes. In this complete guide, you will learn exactly how to submit an IGNOU project the right way, from synopsis approval to the final report, whether you submit online or offline. Here is the short answer first. IGNOU project submission is a two-step process. First, you get your synopsis, also called the project proposal, approved. Then, after approval, you submit your final project report for evaluation, either by uploading it on IGNOU's online project portal, or by sending a bound copy to your regional center, or to the Student Evaluation Division at Maidan Garhi, depending on your program. You do this before the term end deadline, and you always keep proof of submission. Before anything else, let us clear the single biggest confusion. Many students mix up assignment submission and project submission. They are completely different things. An assignment is your regular coursework, usually handwritten, worth 30% and submitted at your study center or regional center every session. A project is your final research report or dissertation. It follows its own approval process and it is submitted either online or to your regional center or to the Student Evaluation Division. And it is never mixed with your assignments. So this guide is about project submission only. If you need the assignment side, the front page, the handwriting rules, or scanning your work into a PDF, those are covered in our separate assignment videos, linked in the description. Here we stay fully on the project. Now, the two-step master rule that everything else depends on. Step 1 is the synopsis, also called the project proposal. This is a short document that describes what you plan to study and how you will do it. You prepare it with an approved guide, and you submit it for approval before you write a single chapter of your report. Step 2 is the final project report. Only after your synopsis is officially approved do you complete the full report and submit it for evaluation. This order is not optional. If you submit a report without an approved synopsis, IGNOU can reject it outright. Approval first, report second, always. Keep these numbers in mind as we go. Synopsis approval usually takes 1 to 2 months. The final report is evaluated in roughly 45 days. The evaluation fee is 300 or 500 rupees depending on the credits, and you always keep one copy of everything for yourself. That brings us to the question students get wrong most often. Where do you actually submit? Here is the myth that trips up thousands of students. There is no single universal address for an IGNOU project. Where you submit and to whom depends on your program and on whether submission is online or offline for your session. Broadly, there are 3 routes. Route 1. For programs like BCA and MCA, the hard copy of the report goes to the regional director of your concerned regional center. Route 2. For programs like MBA, MCom, and many MSc dissertations, the report goes to the Registrar, Student Evaluation Division, IGNOU, Maidan Garhi, New Delhi, 110068, Route 3. For online programs and increasingly for everyone, you upload the report through IGNOU's official online project portal or your LMS. So the safe rule is simple: do not copy an address from a random website. Instead, follow 2 official sources: your own program's project guide and the current term end submission notice on ignou.ac.in. Those 2 always tell you the correct route for your session. Let us now walk through step 1. Submitting your synopsis. Your synopsis is not submitted alone. 3 documents go together. First, the proforma for approval, filled and signed by both you and your guide, with dates. Second, the synopsis itself, signed by you and your guide. And third, your guide's biodata, signed and dated. A few rules matter here. The synopsis must be typed on A4 paper, not handwritten. A handwritten synopsis is usually not accepted. Keep one copy of the synopsis with you before you submit. Where does it go? For most programs, the synopsis is submitted to your regional center or to the concerned school or program coordinator. Online program students usually submit it through the LMS portal. Again, your program guide states the exact authority. After you submit, be patient. Approval generally takes 1 to 2 months, and you receive an approval letter by email or post. Remember, your guide's approval is not the final word. The university's evaluators give the final approval, and they can still ask for changes. If your synopsis is not approved, do not panic. Revise it exactly as per the feedback and resubmit it in the next slot, along with a fresh pro forma, a copy of the earlier synopsis, and the non-approval pro forma. Once you have that approval, you move to the report, but with one rule locked in. The title of your final report must exactly match the title approved in your synopsis. If the title on your report is different from the approved one, the report can be rejected and returned to you. So build your entire report around the approved title and never quietly change it at the end. Now, the part that causes more rejections than anything else. The documents that must be bound inside your final report. 4 documents are mandatory inside the report. 1. The approved project proposal pro forma, in original. 2. The approved synopsis. 3. Your guide's biodata duly signed. And 4. The originality certificate, signed by both you and your guide. This is the rule to memorize. If your report reaches IGNOU without any one of these documents, it is treated as incomplete. An incomplete report is not evaluated. It is simply returned to you for compliance, and you lose valuable time. Let us take the offline, hard copy route first. Your report should be on A4 paper, typed in double space and properly hardbound. For many programs, spiral binding and stapled reports are not accepted, so hardbound is the safe choice. Print 2 identical copies. Send one and keep one with you because you will need it at your Viva. One more warning here. A Xerox or photocopy of the report is not acceptable. The copy you submit must be an original printed and bound copy. Label the envelope clearly. On top, write Project Report followed by your course code. For example, Project Report BCSP064. This helps IGNOU sort your report correctly, send it by registered, speed or insured post, or submit it by hand at the counter. Some regional centers also ask for a soft copy on a CD or pen drive, and for the fee receipt. So check your center's instruction before you seal the envelope. Whatever you do, collect proof. Get a stamped acknowledgement if you submit by hand or keep the postal receipt if you send it by post. That receipt is your only evidence that you submitted on time. Now let us take the online route, which is becoming the default for most learners. For online submission, IGNOU opens a session-specific portal, usually onlineproject.ignou.ac.in or projects.ignou.ac.in with a link for that exact exam session. You upload the full report as a single, clearly scanned PDF, and you enter your enrollment number and program code. Here is the online process, step by step. First, prepare your complete report as one PDF, with the proforma, synopsis, guide's biodata and originality certificate scanned inside it. Second, open the official session portal. Third, enter your enrollment number and program code. Fourth, upload the single PDF. Fifth, submit, and then download the acknowledgement. A few strict rules apply online. Reports sent by email are not accepted. An incomplete submission is removed from the portal after the last date, and you must upload again in the next session. And once you submit, you cannot edit the file, so check everything before you click submit. A few quick technical tips. When you submit online, binding is not required. Keep your scans clear and upright, make sure the PDF is not password protected, and name the file simply. For example, your enrollment number, then your program code, then the word project. Now the evaluation fee. IGNOU charges a project evaluation fee based on credits. It is commonly 300 rupees for projects up to 4 credits and 500 rupees for projects above 4 credits. Because fees can be revised, confirm the current amount for your session. There is an important timing detail here. You pay this fee along with your term-end examination form, not as a separate payment. Then you attach or upload the fee receipt with your project. If the fee is not paid, your project will not be evaluated. Next, the deadlines and the timing of your result. For most programs, the common pattern is this. If you want your result with the June term-end exam, submit by around the 31st of May. If you want it with the December term-end exam, submit by around the 30th of November. But treat those dates as a guide, not gospel. Some programs like BCA and MCA follow their own project calendar with different slots, and IGNOU often extends deadlines. So always confirm your exact last date on ignou.ac.in and with your regional center. And remember, there is no late submission with a penalty. If you miss the deadline, your project simply moves to the next session. Now, after you submit, 3 things matter: proof, status, and knowing what can go wrong. Proof comes first, and it is non-negotiable. For offline submission, keep the stamped receipt or the postal receipt. For online submission, keep the acknowledgement, the confirmation email, and a screenshot. If your marks ever go missing, this proof is what gets them restored. Next, tracking your status. IGNOU has one status portal for assignments, practicals, and projects at isms.ignou.ac.in. You simply enter your enrollment number, select your program code, and click Submit. No login is needed. You will see one of a few statuses. Received, meaning IGNOU has your project. Under evaluation, meaning it is being assessed. Completed, meaning it is evaluated. Or not received, meaning it is not yet in the system. Be patient with the timeline. Updates usually appear within 45 to 60 days of submission, and offline submissions take a little longer. Once it shows completed, check your grade card for the actual marks. If your status stays stuck or shows not received after 2 months, follow this order. First, recheck your enrollment number and program code. Second, wait up to 60 days since peak season is slow. Third, contact your regional center with your submission proof. And fourth, if there is still no update, email the project section at projects@ignou.ac.in or raise a complaint on the IGNOU grievance portal. Now let us look at why projects get rejected, so you can avoid every one of these. Rejections usually come from a short list of avoidable mistakes: high plagiarism, a missing document like the proforma or synopsis, a missing guide signature, a title that does not match the approved one, an incomplete report with missing sections, the wrong format, spiral or stapled binding where hardbound is required, a Xerox copy or a blurry scan, an unpaid fee, or submitting the report before the synopsis was even approved. If your project is rejected, read the reason carefully, fix exactly that issue, and resubmit as per the evaluators or regional center's comments. And if you actually fail the project or miss the window entirely, the rule is clear. You redo the whole cycle from the synopsis, a new topic is usually advised, and submit in the next slot, paying the resubmission fee your regional center specifies. To make sure none of this happens to you, here is your final pre-submission checklist. Run through this checklist before you submit anything. Your synopsis is approved. Your report title matches the approved title. All 4 documents are inside the report. Every required signature is present. The report is hardbound or a clean single PDF. The fee is paid and the receipt is attached. You have kept one copy for yourself. The envelope is labeled or the file is named correctly. Your proof is saved. And you are submitting before the deadline. Now, an honest question many students ask: does it really matter how carefully you submit? Here is the truthful answer. The mode you choose, online or offline, does not change your marks, but a wrong format or incomplete submission can quietly cost you an entire session. Careful submission does not just tick a box. It protects the months of research you have already done. And is online submission safe and valid? Yes. The acknowledgement you download is your valid, official proof. So save it carefully and always follow the current official notice for your session. Let us close with the question students ask most. Where do I submit my project? It depends on your program, your regional center, the student evaluation division, or the online portal. Your project guide confirms which. Should I submit online or offline? Follow your current session notice. Online is now the default for most programs. What documents go inside the report? The approved proforma, the approved synopsis, the guide's biodata, and the originality certificate. Hardbound or spiral? Hardbound is the safe choice. Spiral and stapled are often rejected. Can I change my title at final submission? No. The report must carry the exact approved title. What is the fee? Commonly 300 rupees up to 4 credits and 500 above 4 credits. Paid with your term-end exam form. How do I check my status? On the ISMS status portal, with your enrollment number and program code. And what if it is rejected or fails? Fix the exact issue and resubmit. If you fail, redo the cycle from the synopsis in the next session. So, to recap the essentials: get the synopsis approved first, bind all 4 documents inside, keep the title locked, pay the fee and attach the receipt, always keep proof, and verify every date on the official site. For full written guides, sample formats and support, visit ignouproject.com, linked in the description. For personalized project and synopsis help, message us on WhatsApp. Always confirm the latest rules and dates on ignou.ac.in. If this guide helped you, subscribe to Sri Chakrada Education for more clear IGNOU guidance. This is BK Sahni, helping IGNOU students since 2010. Thank you for watching.